Well folks, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the craziest thing that you can do with the Garmin Livescope, and that is combine AquaVu and Livescope together. So let me show you how I do it, and maybe we can catch some fish too. So the main thing that you have to make this work is a GPS map type, Livescope unit or Garmin unit per se. This won't work with the Echo Map systems. These have the HDMI output, things like that. There's also a little tiny connector on the back of this called a BNC connector. What that does is it allows a video in, basically. And AquaVu makes a really cool thing called the multi-view. So the multi-view is just a camera head. It doesn't really have anything else besides a little reel and a power to power it and a BNC connector, which is also a video connector. So what you do is you power the camera, you plug it into the back of the Garmin, and just like that, we are rolling with full camera on the Livescope. Also, I do have the Livescope recording to my phone so I can show you guys this. And as we drop this down, we are now recording on the Livescope with an AquaVu. How freaking cool is that? So we're gonna get this down there, and the other cool thing is we can watch what these fish are doing on camera, and we can turn on camera and Livescope and still see. So see here, our camera going down there at the top of the screen. I got a little twisty twist here. So there's our camera going down, camera's going down, camera's still going down. We're right at the tippy top of them weeds, and just like that, we are down there. You're looking at weeds, and you can see it on the Livescope. You can see the camera go up, and see them tall weeds there. Let's look at those with the camera. Boom, boom, that's what we're looking at. Now we got a fish down below us off to the left. They're super, super tiny one. It looks like it's off to the right. Turn the camera a little right, and it's probably just a little bluegill or something. But somewhere down here we got a fish. Where are you at, buddy? There he is. I just passed him. So right there we got a little fish coming in. Tiny, tiny little guy. But down on the bottom you can see this home button. If I press that camera button, it brings me a full screen of camera. There's that little bluegill guy down there. Hello. And let's see if we can't put a bait down and catch a couple of these. So we are going to go back to the camera and Livescope. You can go full Livescope. You can see the camera is down in the weeds right there. See that little bluegill swimming away? Off to the left of him, there's another bluegill. And yeah, so that is pretty wild. Thought I'd show you guys how that works, because this is going to be a game changer for everybody out there that does anything like this. There's that little bluegill down there still. So with the AquaVu, obviously you have to line up the camera still. So I have this little tripod from AquaVu. It has a little thing you put the cable in, and then you put that through here. That's how you can position the camera and point it and whatnot. So we're going to get set up. We're going to do a little bit of fishing and playing around with the Livescope, and hopefully we can catch some fish. How cool would that be? The thing about AquaVu, of course, you got to line up your bait and stuff. And the nice thing about Livescope is we're going to be able to see our bait going down on the screen. We know where our camera is at. It's just past that little weed right about there. Oh, look at that. I did not line that up already. So I'm just going to give her a little tiny bit off to the left here, kind of center that jig. Let's center her up there. That should be good. Looks like we got a fish below us on the Livescope. Can't really see it because I'm about a foot higher than it. So I'm going to try to bring this fish into the camera view. Here we go. We got one coming up. Looks like a decent one coming up. Maybe it's a perch or something. Kind of looks long. Oh my gosh, it's a pike. Full screen. Yeah, that's just a little thing anyways. But how cool is that? Big old pike rolling in. You guys can see it. We've seen it coming in on the Livescope. You can see he's still down there. This technology is just amazing. The cool thing, where this is really going to help out, is this takes a second to set up. It's not super duper 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 easy, but if you're hole hopping with a Livescope, you're finding crappies and whatnot, what you can do with this camera is you can down view it and send the camera down and send your jig past the camera. You can watch the fish come up, and then on the camera you can get that perfect hook set when they bite. It's just it's awesome. So we're gonna sit here and jig for a little bit, and there we go. We got full screen camera. Let's see if we can't catch a couple bluegills or something. there's a little bluegill coming in. Tiny little guy. He can barely fit the jig in his mouth. I got him. And I think he came off. Yeah, he could barely fit that in his mouth. And today all I'm using is just a little Acme high density tungsten jig and just some waxworms. Get her back down there. See if we can't pull another. It looks like, oh, I was going to say, it looks like there's a fish next to that weed, but I forgot that that is our camera. Right there. So let's see if we can bring that fish back in. Here he comes. He's coming up. And that's cool. You can see it on the live scope. Here he comes. Here he comes. Boom. There he is on the AquaVu. All right. Come on, buddy. Suck it in. Let's go. Eat. All right. I'll come down to you. But you can see how, see how it looks on the live scope. See how close that fish actually is to biting it. Looks like we got another one coming up off to the left side there. See, there's another fish down there on live scope. We can see just below the jig. Here he's coming up. He's coming up. And you can actually see the relative distance too of how far away the fish is from the jig. Right now I would think should be eating it, but I don't even see this fish on camera yet. Oh, there it is. Yep. Boop. Got him. We're on. So, just like that, we got ourselves a nice bluegill, actually, decent bluegill, on the Livescope and Multi-View AquaVu. Super cool. And that's a really good fish. It looked a lot smaller on camera, actually. So, there we go. See you later, buddy. There we go. That's the cool thing about running both of these together. Wow, I'm mind blown, guys. Like this is my first time doing this, so super duper cool. See you later, buddy. You see him swim back on the live scope. Oh, that was neat. This is amazing. Oh. I maybe should drop the camera down just a smidgen. I might have the camera up just a hair too high. Let's jig up here for a minute. And that's the other cool thing is, like, 90% of my videos are underwater footage, and when you're using a camera, you have to stay, within that camera frame. And with this allows me to jig outside of that camera frame. You can see I'm jigging in 8 feet of water, trying to call some fish in. And if I got a high flyer that comes in, bam, we can grab it on the live scope. Yeah, we didn't get underwater footage of it, but we got to see it come in. We still have the camera down there. If there was a fish further down, we just drop down, back, boom, and we're in camera view again. Like, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, man. What? This is an 8610 GPS map, or GPS map 8610 XSV is the actual terminology. But yeah, plug it into the back of the connector, and you could throw an HDMI out on this and run this picture up to the TV in your ice castle, and you're watching AquaVu and Livescope at the same time. Unreal. Unreal. I do have to give credit where credit is due. I found a video from a kid, and his name is his YouTube is Grease Monkey Fishing, and he's got 1,000 views on that video, and I seen that, and I knew there was a way, but he does a really good video showing you where to plug it in, how to set it up, and everything. And it was just, like I said, got to give credit where credit's due, because that kid did a good job explaining that. Holy smokes. Well, after 2 lure changes, still no fish. So what do they say? Go big or go home? Let's put some big stuff on, just something ridiculous, and try to call in some fish. All right, going big, right? This is a lake trout lure. It's like a drop tine, something drop tine made by them, but it's got a spinner on it. I used these once in an inland lake like this and actually caught pike on it. So let's try to call in some pike with this big old thing. Like I said, maybe if we, look how cool that looks. That spinner spins on it, on that downfall. So what I'm going to be doing is just lifting this way up, and then letting her spin. So I'll do a few of these so we can call on a pike. It's supposed to be nice out. Oh, here we go. Fish coming in. Fish coming in. You see him on the live scope? Here we go. So I would have no idea this fish is here right now, but I can see him on the scope. Just going to kind of go like this. Where are you at? Here he is. It's a pike. That'd be cool if we could catch him. Ooh. He really spun around quick. Alright, full cam. That'd be a thing too if we could catch this pike, get him out of the area. You know, we'll just throw him back, of course, but maybe the bluegills will come back. No. Oh, he must have hit out really hard because, yep, you can kind of see he's back in the weeds. It's crazy how you can still see him going through the weeds down on the bottom there. Oh, look at that on the live scope. Big fish. Big fish coming in on the live scope. That's a pike, right? That's going to be a pike. So I'm up here jigging that pike. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Definitely not going to be able to see him on camera because he's probably not going to drop down. He just hit the camera cable. I'm going to see if I can't get him to come and get camera range so we can see him. So we might be able to get a glimpse of him up top. That was cool. So that's exactly what I was saying before. Having a fish come up high like that. Now guys, if you're watching this, you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button because I try to do this. This is my job now. I don't do anything else. I do fishing guide. So more in the summertime, but if you guys want to get out on the ice with me, shoot me an email, phone call, whatever. I'm around. Little bluegills down there. Come on, little buddy. Yeah, these are just tiny things, but still, this is just super cool how this just all works together. Little guy. See you later, buddy. Well, after jigging up a couple bluegill, seeing a pike on camera, and just using this for the first time, I am mind blown. I hope you guys are mind blown too, because this is just awesome. I'm still working on a shuttle situation. This is just the Garmin shuttle that came with my old UHD 93 SV. So I got rid of that, and that had a Bass King shuttle on it. So talking to them, might get at one of those, kind of seeing what's going to be able to hold the multi-view on the side and just have that extra room to be able to plug the camera in and still use it. I mean, it only takes up, you know, this much, probably, you know, maybe 4 inches by 3 inches or so, somewhere in there. So not a whole lot of space it takes up, but still kind of throwing the idea around of a different shuttle. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you learned something, I'd love it if you guys hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And like always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.